He's gonna come. All of them wrong is two left shoes, but don't nobody care. They say they doing the work. They doing the work.
Right.
Outside of our discussion, I spoke about it, was the mere fact that someone like case in point, Marcus Garvey, was able to mobilize the people.
Yeah.
Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was able to mobilize the people. We talking about
social
with no social media. So
impressive.
The onus is on the people and the onus is on the leaders. We're gonna make this twofold.
Facts.
You know, I can't make a leader without social media outdo me when it comes to the numbers, right? But we also, as a people, as far as mobilizing the masses, our people got to come to terms with the fact that we should be doing those same numbers,
triple the numbers,
1,000-fold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's incredible what our predecessors were able to do, lacking in resources, educational tools, food.
Hey, listen, Garvey came over here from Jamaica, and this is just like 50 years after our chattel enslavement.
Yes.
And Garvey was able to mobilize 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden for 30 days.
Damn, 30 days.
30 days, 20,000, not 20,000 in the live spin chat. 20,000 at the Garden.
Hey. It's something that people don't realize what happened at that meeting in Madison Square Garden. People don't, they leave this part out. He named himself the King of Africa. So at that 20,000 member meeting in Madison Square Garden, he was elected the King of Africa.
Who?
Marcus Garvey.
Lord have mercy.
You know how many times Marcus Garvey actually visited Africa?
Not
Zero.
one.
Zero.
No. Just like everybody know about the Marcus Garvey when he tried to take everybody back to Africa, but there was a planned trip before that where they took everybody to like Costa Rica or what, I don't know. I stumbled across it one night and read it live, but they took out, because this man wrote it. He had money, but the people that was running it wanted the folk to give all their money to them, and they was gonna resell them over there down in South America somewhere. They got down there, and of course, they're not used to this weather. They're not used to tropical weather. They're not used to these tropical weather diseases. These folk got sick. They couldn't work. You know, they done promised them land and houses and jobs, and they didn't get none of this stuff. And these folk was stuck over there because they had gave these fools all their little money they had and couldn't get a boat ride back. The one dude that wrote the tale, he said something about it wasn't right, but he still wanted to go, so he stashed some money on it.
Hey, YouTube. I'll wait till some more people come on, and then I will proceed. And just to make this algorithm work, please comment, say hello, hit a thumbs up, so that way you'll get notifications. You know, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but the way that you activate the algorithm on Google, which owns YouTube, is basically by interacting. So please say hello so I can know who's in here. Briefly. Nope. I'll wait for a few more minutes. All right, come on in the room. I'm not going to stay in long.
when the stuff started getting real bad, he went to a consulate somewhere and like begged the United States, and they finally sent a boat to come get him and
Come
take
get
him
him
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about going somewhere. Jim Jones wanted to take everybody somewhere too.
Yeah, Guyana, yeah.
That died that day with Jim Jones. 2/3 of them were African American.
Yeah, that people leave that part out. Yeah, most of his church was black.
And baby.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny that both of these guys on the screen are big time fans of Marcus Garvey. Like, people don't realize, like, you know, Garvey went to jail for financial crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Garvey went to jail because he was issuing stock in a company for a cruise ship or for a ship that he didn't own. That was a financial crime. So he was basically, if you can take it in today's terms, he was basically crowdfunding for people to buy pieces of a ship that he did not own, which was securities fraud of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that two guys that are known for either financial crimes, scams, or at the very least, unethical financial behavior with their donors and investors. They're big fans of Marcus Garvey.
That's not
came
surprising.
around like he's an upstanding member of the black community. He is not. He crowdfunded to make Hidden Colors, and then turned around and asked the people that crowdfunded to buy it for $35.
$1 million today was able to do that with no social media and go raise capital for our own businesses. And real life.
It's outside the face. It's on the counter.
All right, ain't nobody coming on here, so I'm going to start. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just going to talk about scammers on YouTube. And why I decided to talk about it. Well, let me tell you. Well, right now I'm watching another video from a YouTuber. He's grown substantially, so I'm not going to mention the name. Hey, Tyson F. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was watching a certain person's video, and it wasn't just this person. It was quite a few people on YouTube where they all of a sudden, I want to start a business. No, first it was nonprofit. Then people want to start a business. And now I'm not going to say no names because I want no one to say, oh, she said this about so and so and so, whatever. Because y'all find out for yourself. But people try to use YouTube not so much as a stepping stone, because I understand, when you go on YouTube, you can use it for many purposes like marketing, your personal vlog, being on the news, or simply just pure entertainment, whether you're creating fake beefs. Hey, 3 people, go ahead and say hi in the chat so I can know who's on here. It makes the algorithm notify people when I'm online or live. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up, comment. So anyway, I came across listening to this person briefly talking about they wanted to start a nonprofit. And in that, they just suddenly said, I'm just going to make a business because they didn't, hey, crackhead Willie, because they didn't realize, I could tell they were really, it wasn't clear as to what kind of nonprofit is it? What kind of business is it? And it was very vague. And people were, basically like, oh, I need help with someone with a name and a mission statement and a logo and a website. I'm like, all of those are tools. What's the point of, you don't necessarily need to have a website. you know, not right now. Because most of the time, when you promote a business, unless you're selling physical products, you don't have to. You could do a landing page, something very simple. You know, you could go on Fiverr and pay someone $5 to, or go on one of those apps where you just click and drag and that's it. You know, you don't need to learn how to code. It doesn't have to be nothing big and fancy. But the problem that I'm having when I was listening to some of these people on YouTube about they starting a business and they wanted, you know, it's like they never got to the point. It's like 20 minutes in, I said, okay, I still don't know what is it that you're trying to establish. What is your purpose? You know, what problem or solutions are you trying to resolve? Because starting a business basically is resolving issues or addressing a concern that you have a passion about. And what it sounded to me was it just seemed like a scam. And the reason why I say it seems like a scam was because rather than coming on your channel and saying one thing and it's going to be a nonprofit, but you never said what you're trying to do. You know, some people try to use their page, you know, with the 10,000 subscribers or whatever number of subscribers they may have. They're going to be the customers. They're the ones who are going to, you know, they're going to try to push whatever it is. So one of the things that I've started to realize is that there's a lot of people that's on YouTube. And I'm not talking about the big YouTubers. I'm talking about these small channels where people are dry begging for so-called donations to launch a business that they don't even know what they're trying to do. And I'm not even trying to ask them, because if I ask you once and you don't receive no response or no one tells you what it is, it's because they know that, oh, this person, oh, this Lady T, you know, I could see stupidness a mile away when it comes to people talking about they want to start some kind of business, whether it be nonprofit or for profit. And you can't tell me what you're trying to do. You know, if you saying, oh, I want to, you know, like, let me take me, for example. When I said to y'all that I'm no longer going to be promoting my channel, giving free advice for things that I know that people would have to pay for, or at least any type of consultation. See, my business is clearly straightforward. Or put it this way, it will be straightforward. Either one, when I speak about being an independent contractor as a merchandiser, I'm contracted with several companies. Now I only mention Survey, and I do mention maybe Observer, but there are a lot of other companies that I do affiliate myself with that I work with in regards to going to different stores and merchandising or resets. Resets means I go to stores and they have a crew of people with different companies. Some people work for the company and then they remodel different stores, and that's what I do. And I'm under a company that pays me a fee for resets. You know, they may say, okay, we'll pay you $15 an hour. But in actuality, the company, Survey or whomever, they get an ACM. They getting paid thousands of dollars. They just give me a little piece of the pie, you know? So one of my things I'm trying to figure out is, Crackhead Willie, Tyson and Crackhead Willie, y'all in the same boat. Y'all know it. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish my thought. So I would want to one day form a company where I have contracts where I could do merchandising for different stores. But it's a matter of doing my research on terms of how to establish a type of company like that. And then, of course, I talk about my tax business or tax consulting business and business development. Now, that is purely, hey, Sally Windsor, that is purely based on, I have a PTIN number, I have my credentials of being certified with the IRS. And of course, working at TurboTax and also my 20 plus years experience. So now I don't really make no videos. I talk about it when I was speaking about the gig jobs and the gig work. And then I kind of clarify different questions that people may bring to me. And, and I do small videos. But, I said I was going to brand my channel. And it won't be on this channel. It will be a secondary channel, which is my tax business consulting business. And then that's another thing. A lot of people come on here. I do taxes on the side, and they charge people $150. They don't have no PTIN number, which you're required to obtain from the IRS to do taxes. Because anytime you charge people to do your tax return, they have to sign it with their name, PTIN number, where it says paid tax preparer. There's a section on your tax return. And then there's people on here. They do things on the side, but they don't have no PTIN number. They are not registered with the IRS to do taxes, even though you don't have to have one. But you got to be very careful how there's some people, they do that for a couple of months, and, try to charge $125 or something, and they make a few bucks here and there doing people returns, but they don't sign a return. They don't have no credentials, because to be honest, if you have a basic simple return, it's just a matter of inputting information, name, address, W-2s, 1099, plug it in, and that's it. The problem that people have is the fact that they don't keep records of expenses. They don't keep track of mileage. They guess what it is. Some people don't realize about tax planning. And my business is going to be focused more on tax planning, not, I'll still do simple returns, if someone don't want to do it or they don't have whatever the resources or whatever the case may be. But if you start getting into complicated, guys, I'm not standing up. No. You already see me sitting down. You saw me stood up the other day. I had the same dress on the other day. Let me stand up briefly. My feet is killing me. I ain't trying to be messing with you today. See, I don't even know who you are. All right, see, I'm showing too much. Anywho, I'm sitting back there. My feet is killing me. Look at that, showing all the goodies. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, so anyway, yes, I will do basic tax returns, inquiry questions, and things like that. But I have to start branding my channel and promoting my other channel. And then there's other things I will be doing, but I'll be revealing that pretty soon. And, going back into writing on my blog, which is WordPress. And I write, and, I'm going to start redoing that again on WordPress. And that's where I write different topics and stuff. I only have maybe 2 topics I wrote. And it's been a while. I looked at my WordPress account the other day. And I said, man, it's been a minute since I wrote a blog about it. So, see, let me show y'all real briefly. You see that right there? This is my blog press. It's I wrote difference between tax preparer and tax consultant / advisor, and I wrote why it can save you money. And I wrote that article a couple years ago. And then I wrote about estimated taxes. And shoot, that was like 2017. Yeah. Anywho, so I know a lot of people don't read blogs like they used to, like, blog posts and things of that nature. Well, thank you, Tyson. So a lot of people, because my blog post is mygigeconomy.wordpress.com. Now, I don't have a website officially launched, so yeah. So let me tell you. So today, for the last few days, right, I'm looking at this person's channel, and all I heard was nothing. I'm getting somebody to work on a logo for me. They working on my logo. Oh, I'm getting someone to and I'm getting somebody to work on my I'm gonna do some t-shirts, but y'all could truly donate if you want to. I'm like, why don't you say you don't have a job? Because obviously the Rona, I ain't gonna say because you can't say certain things on YouTube. And I know for a fact the type of job you have most likely went under because the economy affected a lot of different industries. And it was like everything that came out this particular person's mouth was, I need, if y'all want to donate, it's not like you ask. He's like, if y'all want to donate, y'all could donate. Donate to what? You haven't even launched anything. I need to go to the bank and sign this paperwork and open up this type of bank account. They're doing all the tools, but yet haven't yet said what it was. I'm still waiting like, okay, what is it? That's a cute name, but what is it? If you're saying I'm going to be a nonprofit where I'm going to donate food or give to the homeless, and I've seen someone had an organization like that, and she went to my church, and she was legit. She was on there, and started out small. They started out small. They ain't had no website and all this Patreon page and all this stuff first. They just went out, got people to donate items, and then every weekend or Friday, Saturdays, this person went out, gave socks to the homeless around Atlanta, and gave little lunch bags, and it was people from the church, people from friends, and they came and they put it together. You may help say 20 people at first, and then you grow. Then she grew. Then you apply for your 401c at the IRS. Then I think Tyler Perry, she had got somehow or another. I think Tyler Perry had donated a van. But see, she started on Facebook. See, you don't have to do a whole lot. I need a website. I need to get a logo. You go on Facebook, start a little Facebook page, and go from there. You don't need. People act like you gotta do all these things. I gotta open a business bank account. First of all, if you started a business, even let's start the difference between nonprofit and business. You start a nonprofit. Nonprofit basically is more of, you could still be paid under your nonprofit, And people think when they hear profit, they think you ain't making no money. Nonprofits make millions and billions of dollars, but it is how the money is used for the organization that you're established, and how you're registered, because you do have to file tax returns as a nonprofit. It's not the 1040 return. It's certain special forms that you have to file. You know, so it's not. It's about how you're established, nonprofit, 401c. You know, because there's different levels in the nonprofit, and I'm not going to get in all the difference between what's the difference and everything else, because I think that's going to be a topic that I'm going to talk about on my second channel for those who are thinking of, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, you know, because you lost your job and you can't go, you're not going to go back and do Uber Eats and Grubhub because you know you ain't making no money doing that. And then you have, you know, you have people staying with you, but they're not contributing any sort of way. You know, people be, you know, all kind of foolishness. Then you come on YouTube talking about, you know, I'm gonna be a nonprofit. Well, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do profit. If y'all want to help me, you know, but you ain't tell nobody what it is. And then it's like these sector of people, the B sector. Those are another group of people that I've been, you know, following. I got kind of bored with them. They talk about each other. They drag. They put out. They doxing. They dry begging too. They on YouTube, and people just give the super chats, and they have all their things up there. Well, I got rent to pay, and if you want to donate, go ahead and put money towards it. You know, right? They do that on Facebook too. I got cursed out that I got people on the Instacart deactivation page cursing me out because this one girl said, the person was going on talking about, I made 100 something with Instacart, and I had to take my child to the doctor, and I was at least going to buy me some cigarettes. I was able to buy me some cigarettes. I was like, so the girl, well, someone wrote about, you know, why are you spending your money on cigarettes, and if you know, crying broke or something about, oh, my child was sick and this and that. And I was like, and the only thing they said was prioritize in terms of buying cigarettes and, you know, not telling them to quit, but why are you spending your money on cigarettes and foolishness? You know, a lot of people spending money on a lot of different things. That's your business. But to go on about, oh, I'm so blessed. I made this amount of money with Instacart today, and I was able to buy me some cigarettes, and I had to take my child to the doctor, and I had to do this, I had to do that. I say, okay, sorry that you know, you had to take the child to the doctor, you know. Child, I said, I'm quite sure the child is not feeling well because it's smoking. You know, I don't know, you know, people can say, oh, I don't smoke in the house, I smoke outside, but you still smoke. You still got all that smoke on you. You still got smoke on in your system. You know, yeah, you probably wash your hands and fix food, but people are still gonna get sick. The fact that you have kids in the household and you smoking cigarettes and that was the big highlight. And I was like, they jumped on this person, that being negative. How you being negative? She telling the truth. You know, they're telling the truth. You're begging because you're trying to talk about your circumstances about, oh, well, I did Instacart and I didn't make no money, or I was only made, and if everybody could donate just $1. Yeah, and they had like, how many people be on Facebook in that group? Thousands of people. Everyone gives $1. You say 500 people. People say, well, it's just $1. 500 people do that. You're making $500 just by giving $1. But I was like, I'm not giving no dollar to nobody. I said, if he stops, when I jumped in and said, why are you jumping on somebody? Because they made a comment about smoking, and they jumped on me. So I said, okay, so you wanna act stupid and act crazy with me? I told them, I said, I don't give a fuck about your damn ass kids and smoking but you coming on here begging. If he was saying, well, he reading comprehension because ain't nobody wrote nothing about begging. Nobody said they would beg. First of all, subliminal, read between the lines. You ain't gonna come, a person ain't gonna come out outright asking for money. They're just gonna dance around it. Well, I ain't had no this and that. I ain't got this, and I had to take, and I ain't had no money, and oh, I was so lucky. I was able to buy me some cigarettes. Okay, so why you say all the other extra stuff? Why all the extra? All the extra stuff, unnecessary things. I said that's dry begging. That's a simple, plain fact. It's different if people get on YouTube and they just like, they use their subscribers, they're gonna be the customers and they ain't got nothing to offer. They be like, oh, she's so nice. Oh, she's so positive. But they're a snake in the grass. I'll tell you that. And I know for a fact this particular person is a snake and a liar, because one thing about me, you tell me something, and you may tell me this 5 years ago. Somehow or another, I'm gonna remember that in the back of my mind. Like, I remember we had this conversation about this person used to be doing shit back in the day. It ain't that long ago. I did this shit back in the day, calling people, and then they come on and be like, well, just because you have a sweet voice, and oh, let me tell you something. That don't mean you all that, or you holier than thou. Oh my Jesus. I'll be so skeptical. There's so many people I bumped on here talking about Jesus. And then after that, about 3-4 years later, they come in looking all crazy and rugged and talking crazy. I was like, what's wrong with them? Or I'm the prophetess. I ain't gonna see, I'm the prophetess, and then I ain't taking no COVID, but I'm the prophetess. And then I watched this crazy video, and I was like, what the hell is they talking about? Just went cuckoo pops for Cocoa Pops. And I'll be watching these people, I was like, And I was like, what's wrong with these people? They ain't talking about nothing. And people talk about me, like, you being a bitch. Oh, no, because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing about nothing. And I would say I'd give a damn, but don't put it on here and put it all out there for people and thinking just because you don't agree with the masses and a couple people say something, then all of a sudden you want to jump on that person. Well, I ain't jumping on that person. It ain't no different than buying other things that people be buying that's unnecessary. Yes, that is true. That is so true. Just like, if I buy certain things and I say, well, dang, I don't need to be eating no junk and these sugary foods and chips and wasting my little money on that. But if it's going to be detrimental to my health, and I know it, I've been trying, and I've been drinking, little sodas and stuff, and I haven't even drunk soda in years. And then I started drinking it just because I'm driving around, drinking soda, drinking all kind of stuff, messing up my diabetes. Now I gotta, but I'm suffering the consequences of that. Now I gotta, be mindful and make sure that I, just get myself back together again. But I'd be damned if I had children or kids and it's affecting them. It gets to a point where you have to say, nope, it's starting to affect people who are younger. If I had children and I had kids and I know I'm diabetic, you think that if I had kids and grandchildren, even if I have nieces and nephews, I wouldn't, I put it this way, I'll be very, 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 very strict about my eating habits and everything else. Because let me tell you, when I was growing up, and I was always very healthy. I'm not talking about, oh, I was healthy when I was 10. I'm talking about I was healthy when I was like in my 30s, late 30s, going, late 30s or so. But then when I hit 40, 41, I started getting healthier. But then in these last year and a half, I kind of fell off the bandwagon. And I knew I did. I knew I fell off the bandwagon. And then I would be like to myself, I know if I had kids, I'll be very, very strict in terms of, all that. Like I was going to the stores today and I see these parents and kids and, you could tell somehow it was probably the grandmother. Man, I went this. They picking up all kind of crazy junk, at the grocery store when they said, no, we already got that at home. And people, kids begging. Now I ain't talking about they 2 years old, 1 year old, whatever. They big ass kids. Man, you ain't coming to no store acting up and begging for things that you don't need, picking up stuff. Now that's the parents' fault, let me tell you. Because the only thing kids only eat what you give them. When I was growing up, I didn't eat at no fast foods and junk. I was so staying tight with my money that I'll be like, nope, I'll make a hamburger or cheeseburger when I get to the house myself. I wasn't eating meat, I didn't eat junk. And New York was a little bit different back in my era and age. When I went to the pizza parlor, get one slice of pizza, not go to Domino's. We ain't had no Domino's and Papa John's and all that. We went to the pizza parlor. They cut you a slice of pizza, $1.75, $1.50, $1, whatever it was, one slice, not a whole pie, and fold it up and had that little Kool-Aid or whatever. And that was it. And that wasn't every day. That was like a treat, something that you may do as a treat. That wasn't something regular. McDonald's and stuff, that wasn't a regular thing. That was not a regular thing, let me tell you. And even when I lived in South Carolina, growing up in South Carolina with my grandparents, after church, my grandfather would take me and my cousins and we would go up to the little store and you would get one honey bun and maybe a beverage. And that was it. I don't even think it was like, and it was not no big ass honey buns like they used to have. It was like real small, but it was good though. It wasn't a box. And the reason why I started thinking about that was because when I was in the doing my audits and stuff at the Kroger's and the Walmarts, and I see these kids just like picking up stuff that they wanted. I was like getting things. I was like, what happened to the day when you didn't get a whole, if the parents say no, no means no. When you have people let kids rule over kids, they ain't got no money. That was the first thing my parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles, whatever, they would say, you got money, If you ain't spending it just, unless you had your own money, you can buy whatever you want with your own money. I dare not ask my parents begging and, at a store the things. They ain't never had to tell me and my sisters, oh, you get in this store, don't do, they ain't had to do that. You ain't had to do all that because I was overhearing people conversations when I was doing the Casio calculators and I had to audit that. And people was like calling their friends on the phone. Yeah, I'm getting these school supplies. Da da da. And they were just complaining about, whatever it is they needed. I don't know. And it wasn't somebody was complaining about the price. It was like, I guess they was like, well, so they didn't do it, or what? I don't know. Every year people go back to school. Every year, August, when school roll around, people know that, you have to buy school supplies for kids. They even have, some of these organizations across Atlanta and across the United States, some of these churches, they'll give free school supplies. But it's not even, people don't have money like that like they used to. There were some organizations, they said they needed 2,000, $2,000 or $3,000 school book bags or something. And I understand for the children and people who are in homeless shelters, they don't have no money to get no school supplies. So they were running a little low in terms of the number of backpacks they need. It was in New York. That's where it was. I saw it. It was a video. And they only had so many book bags to give out. But so many people are in need that I know I just went off total topic. I know they had nothing to do with what I'm talking about, dry begging on YouTube. But for whatever reason, I mean, there's a number of reasons, because things are expensive. I remember making money during the summers when I used to go to South Carolina, and we used to go down there to South Carolina to help out my grandparents in the field. And they would give us a little bit of money when we went out to work. See, but we worked and we would save up all our money by the end of the summer come. Or even if, when it's time to buy school supplies and school clothes, whatever money that we made during the summer, we bought our own school supply. Now, the clothes, that's a different story. It wasn't probably till I was later on in teenager that we buy our own clothes. But the point is that you ain't going around begging and just say, I went there, Some people just don't put no work effort in trying to obtain things. And that goes for kids, teenagers, especially if you're 16, like if you're 15, 16. Even if you're not even old enough to get a work permit, because you have to have a work permit when, at least in New York, you have to have like a work permit, and you can only work so many hours a week, especially when school began. But there were so many different programs that people could work, and they went and bought their own little things, or whatever the case may be. Now, man, some of these teenagers, they so entitled. I don't understand it. All these jobs are fast food places all over the place. Now, Chick-fil-A, it was a very good place to work, especially a teenager, because at the end of the year or whatever, they always have these scholarships that they used to give to the ones who graduated from high school and they go on to college. So a lot of people take advantage of that, particularly white kids. I don't see too many Indian, but a lot of white kids, maybe some black kids too, depending on which area of Chick-fil-A there is, they take advantage of it. But I see a lot of, and I see more white kids take it, they be working at the Chick-fil-A, like the one in Swanee and these real uppity neighborhoods. And those kids be working in the neighborhood, Chick-fil-A, different things, not just Chick-fil-A, but it's other places too. And their parents probably make a good sum of money where they don't necessarily need financial aid. Like they don't be taking out these big student loans and stuff like that. But the kids take advantage of the Hope Scholarship, because it didn't say it's based on income. It's based on if you're going to go to school in Georgia and you get the Hope Scholarship and you have your certain grade point average, you don't see a whole lot of white kids, not that many. If you compare to how much people owe money in student loans, those white kids go to school. Their parents either could afford to pay tuition to go to school, or they got different scholarships and stuff. They take advantage of grants and whatever else, and they graduate, and and they be like, oh, so and so, they meet their little girlfriend in high school, and they go to college and they graduate. When you graduate, it's like 22, 23 the latest, or 24, depending on when you started. They're like, oh, we buying a home. I was like, how old are they? They're like 20, Now, I ain't saying all. I said some. People like say, yeah, I say all. No, I did not. And it's just a different type of mentality. I don't know. People just come on here, YouTube and social media, and they be just begging and making up false claims. And you got to be careful. There's some people now, they call this issue with this, what that guy named Polite. I don't know who the hell he was, but I was looking at a video before I came on here. I'm going to finish watching it. They was talking about, he was he was a big social media person on YouTube. Not Muslim, because he's not, I don't know. It's one of those black nationalist, fake, non-ass talking Negroes that be getting out of prison. And they like to say, we're royalty, on their TV begging, making up these fake courses and all this kind of crap that I was looking at. I'm going to finish watching that video in a minute. And he was selling these packages and stuff. And, oh, my toe. And people were falling for it. I was like, what the hell? People falling for some nonsense. Another person right here in Atlanta, Jay Morrison, allegedly, because you can't say nothing these days without people want to sue you. Jay Morrison, and I know DeJour was talking about him one time, and he, I was like, that dumb Negro, protesting Houston's a few years ago. He had an office in Buckhead, or supposedly well, he did have an office in Buckhead, selling these real estate, talk about real estate, buy back the block. And he would, he'd be standing at the corner telling people about buying, not even how to buy real estate, because it's not a scam of telling people how to buy real estate, but his whole, I'm going to do Wall Street investing fund. And I'm going to get to another thing I'm going to tell you in a minute. It was so funny. But, so I looked into it. I didn't buy nothing. I was like, okay, you want to establish a fund? Are you registered with the SEC? And I couldn't find nothing. I was like, no. Then after that, I found he had like a criminal background. I know people say, don't judge people. People may go to prison. People do things. But they turn, no. Trust me. You're running a hustle. Running a scam. And Omar, somebody want to establish a school for black boys. I ain't seen that established. Never seen nothing going on or kicked off with that. I was like, nope. And finally, let me tell y'all, remember a few years ago when I was investing in Punch TV, the black TV studio back up there in California about 5 years ago, and they were asking people to donate $1. It was $1 a share. So I bought 100 shares. I ain't spend that much. $100. 100 shares at 100. And so anyway, let me tell you what happened. So I get a notification. They were having a shareholders meeting on Saturday. And I went, registered, had to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. And boy, you couldn't get no better than this. So it was about a good number of us on there. And I ain't saying I got scammed, but this person with Punch TV also started urban television, urban UBT. Urban television. up there in Los Angeles. So I was on there with several other people on my way to work at Amazon while I'm listening to the webinar, not webinar, the meeting they had, and they was talking about the updates and stuff like that. So they're raising money to develop this TV station, black radio, black TV, satellites, and all the works, right? And we want y'all to invest in urban TV. Some people already bought it at 2 cents a share, and it's only now it's up to 6 cents a share. So these so-called big people like Will Smith and some other black folks up there in California bought into some of it, but they're not the major shareholders. So they're still trying to raise capital to go on public. So when they become public, then that dollar a share, say it goes up to $34 or $20, or even if it went up to $20 a share, I would have made $19 profit a share, which would then quadruple what I invested in, right? So they still in the works. So every matter of fact, I need to call them tomorrow because I was like, where's my certificate? Where's my stock certificate that I purchased, even though they said they was dealing with one company and then it switched over to another company that's holding it. And I wrote in the chat, this better not be a scam, right? So this one black guy, I could tell he was black, he comes on there and he went off. There are people concerned they didn't get their certificate. I don't understand. Where are you trying to go with this company? And all the, because there's like 3,000 people invested in stuff, right? I'm included. And he was going on about, hey, we're trying to make this work. And I know this is something unique because we're trying to build up our own people, black folks, right? And there was a couple of white people who invested. They was on there. And you know how white folks, they get on there. I believe in, and I'm an angel. I invested in a lot of angel fund startup companies. I'm a white man. And, I understand how the whole thing works, blah, 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 whatever, right? And basically, he was giving this story in terms of how Amazon came about. See, Amazon started like that. They offered shares to the company. So when it became public, if you were one of those people who started in investing before they came public, you was a millionaire. Even if you invested just a few $100s at the time before Amazon became public, you pretty much was a millionaire when it came to it. So that's how I looked at it. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so anyway, so during this meeting, now I know this has nothing to do with being a scam, but this is about, how people just use social media to obtain funds, and there's ways of doing it to, for capital. There's a way of doing it for capital if you have a purpose and you're clear on what your mission is or what you want to do. Not dance around it. Well, I want to help people, and I just need your help. And if I could get someone to help me with this, that, whatever, and you still ain't say what you're doing. Okay, so what you doing? What you plan on doing? Not well. I need to dancing around topics. So anyway, so when I was in this meeting, listening on my way to work, this man said, because people already made a complaint to the SEC, and they investigated him, and they said that they looked into everything. He said, I don't know. I wish I had got some people's email addresses that was on that webinar at the time. He said, sometimes I wish I was a white man because I wouldn't be going through all this and that. And all people question was where I asked was, where's my certificate, and why don't we show no financial records of what you're doing? He seemed like he took it like a whole new he took it on a whole new level, talking about he wished he was a white man. And then this one girl, one lady rather, she was like, oh, I made my decision about about investing in urban TV because he was asking people to invest in urban TV. So I already invested in the other aspect of it, but then you want me to go and invest in the urban? I said, I'll wait on that. But he said they needed people to get on the advisory board and, matter of fact, I'm gonna go on the website just to see what they going on talking about. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'll be back. See what they yapping. All right, I'm back. I'm trying to go on that website. I don't even see shit. So anyway, not to say I got scammed, but let me tell you, I said for that person's sake, they better not do nothing stupid. But anywho, so I'm just kind of sick of people just being on YouTube. Just, I know YouTube can be used for purposes of social branding, for whatever different reasons. But you have to be real cautious about people's intentions and what is it that people are trying to do. I think that with the way how the economy is now, even though there's even though unemployment is low in a technical sense, at least I know they say in Georgia it was like 3-point-something% unemployment, but a lot of the jobs that most people are working these days are, $15, 16, maybe 18 if you're lucky. But everything going so expensive, housing, whether you choose to buy a house, you can't. People who want to buy a house, you really can't afford to buy a house. Not in this market. Not now. It's going to be a very long time that anyone talk about they want to move to Atlanta, they want to buy a house. People, I'm buying a house, I'm getting land, I'll buy a house, and then the people I'll be coming across talking there, I'll be looking at them like, boy, bye. Hey, Shelly Shell. I'm like, boy, bye, girl, bye. Everybody want to buy a house, and then you ask them, well, what do you do? I do Uber and Lyft, and they do all these little apps and stuff. You can't buy no house doing these app work. Not exclusively. Just Schedule C ain't gonna show a profit. So when you hear people talk, I don't buy a house, and then you ask what they do, you could work every app in the whole world. You could do 10 apps. That is not enough money for you to purchase a home, because on your Schedule C for taxes is basically it has to show some substantial amount of money you've made. Not, I made $55,000, $60,000, and then you trying to write off $40,000. It doesn't work like that. When you purchase a home, your Schedule C must show that you've made some money in a profit, and it has to show at least, let me remember what the real estate agent told me, 5 years of continuous income of a profit, not a loss. So for those who working these gig work and you showing a negative amount for any consecutive number of years, you can't continue to keep doing that type of business without showing some type of profit after 5 years. So, and I say the reason why I say that is because if you have intentions on starting a business, whether it be nonprofit, for profit, or whatever the case may be, you have to make sure you get your crap and shit in order when it comes to those taxes and filing those returns and making sure your things are in order. And let me tell you, a lot of people, business don't succeed is because most people underprice their items. They try to sell something real cheap, like, oh, this is going to be $3, unless you purchase something for 10 cents to buy and get all the products and you paying 10 cents or 50 cents or something less than $1 and you selling it for $3, I just can't see it. If you're selling something that's $10, unless you factor in that's your rate of return, like how much did it cost me minus all the expenses with the item I'm selling it for, you have to know what your price point is. And you have to know, is this something in demand? Is this something that someone's going to use? Does it serve a purpose? Is it something someone's going to use? And are you marketing it right? I just think for some strange reason, I just think a lot of people are trying to get into a business and trying to get into whether nonprofit or whatever the case may be, is because they seeing too many things on YouTube of these get quick rich schemes. They thinking that, because I know every time I be looking at videos and stuff, I be in the bed looking at the videos and stuff, I always come across, can you show us how to make, we can show you how to make 6 figures. We can show you how to make 10,000 a week, or something crazy. Doing this type of whatever it may be, whether it be real estate. We can show you how to, not flip houses. You know how hard it is to do stuff like that? You can't, there's a difference between investing your money, which I've invested, and I started small. I started small. If I want to get into real estate investing, I'm not going to be walking around Atlanta trying to buy houses and stuff because it's too many competition of people doing the same thing. Calling people on the phone, trying to, they're a wholesaler. They working as what they call bird watcher. I remember years ago, I was part of this group where you would go to the West End and they would say how to buy, how to find distressed properties and flip them. And you were basically helping the person who was doing the investing to find these houses. I never did follow through with that. And sometimes I wish I did, because I remember when I first came across doing something like that, the areas that they was going into, it's like exploded, People were making money hand and fist, investing in areas that nobody was thinking about. And it's not too late, but you can't do it by yourself. You have to do it with a team and a group of people, and people that you could trust, that you could look up and say, let me verify what this person's about. I have a friend, she been doing real estate investing for years, for 20-something years. She came when I asked her, how did she came about it? It was her and a group of other friends, and You know, they have hard money, the difference between hard money and soft money. And when I asked her last year, I guess she looked at me and said, well, you ain't got that kind of money to do, because they ain't looking for no couple of $1,000. You have to invest like maybe 10, 20, maybe 10,000 to formulate a group of people who are investors that loans money out to other ones. That's hard money. That's why these platforms, what's it? Not a rise. What's that thing? Y'all see it all the time. Those real estate investment platforms that people, you could donate any sum of money, $1,000, and you put it towards like you own a piece of the condo or piece of the property, and then when they ready to sell it, you get 8, 9, 10, 11% or whatever you invested. So I've invested in some REITs, which is REIT, that's real estate. You don't buy properties, but you're investing in people who are in real estate. So if you want to, you could start off small, $1,000, whatever. And, kind of let your money work for you. Now, I find a lot of people here on YouTube, and I ain't talking about these big YouTubers either, they just found they trying to, you have to be careful of what you try to invest in. Don't go into your feelings. Oh, this person's so nice, because you've got a soft spoken voice, and you just say, the thing coming out your mouth is, well, I need help on this, I need help on that, I need help on my website, I need this, the article, all those are tools. Like I said, all those are just tools. That's not business. You're not a business person just because you register with your state for the LLC and you open up a bank account and you got a tax ID number. Those are just tools to start a business. Or a little logo or a little saying. That's not a business. That's just an idea. That's an idea. You have to establish relationships with people. You have to, first thing is, what is a problem that you wish to resolve with people when it comes to a business? When are you solving a problem? Is there need? And also, can you go out there and you could be trustworthy? Or can someone look at you and say, yes, you know what? This person is knowledgeable, can you confirm and do they have the knowledge, credentials, all of those things. In establishing relationships with people. When I be doing even though I'm an independent contractor with these merchandising jobs I do, I establish people I don't even know. They be doing Instacart and I'll be watching, I'll be asking them. And then I tell them about, I have an app that you could do. You ain't gonna make a lot of money, but you can make a good $500, $600, $700 a month, just going to different stores and then I show them the app and I say, okay, I send them the link and they say, okay. And then if they sign up, sometimes I've seen some people sign up. And I said, it's up to them to start it, And, people do too much. Apply for a tax ID number. If you just have a simple business, you don't need to file with a tax ID number and all that kind of stuff. You could do that later on down the road. You can file just by using your regular Social Security number, filing a Schedule C, because if it's only you're a sole proprietor. People ask me all the time, I do a business account and a business return. They didn't know what the hell they're talking about. And then when you try to explain it to people, they turn around and do the opposite what I tell them what you're not supposed to do. And I said, okay, you know what? Go right ahead, do whatever. And those same people who be doing this dumb stuff be the main ones that try to scoffer information on YouTube, to try to find answers for free without paying professional consultation. That's why I said that I would no longer be using my channel, which is my vlog. This is a vlog. My other channel, which I'll be launching, that's going to be a whole new situation. Now, whether or not some of y'all wish to come along and check it out once I get that thing done, I'll let y'all know. But I don't edit videos. You know, I don't have no fancy cameras. I don't have any of those things. You know, not to say I don't want to do it. It's just that, one, I'm not monetized. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I know I'm not consistent coming online. When I say I'm come online, you know, I say I'll come online Sunday, but you know, I work during the week. You know, I work 3 days a week. I have to travel over an hour just to get to work, and out over an hour to come back home. You know, my feet be killing me. And, you know, I do all the other little things that I do. And then come December, when it's time to go back to TurboTax, I'll be extremely busy because I work a lot of overtime when I go to TurboTax. You know, I don't, you know, I'll be coming back the second season, and I basically can make my own schedule. Now, as to what I'm going to do with working at Amazon at the time, I'm still waiting for my transfer to see if they're going to transfer me to the one up the street, which is up the street from my house, to Stone Mountain. But I've been hearing a lot of horror stories about Stone Mountain, about, oh, they don't, you know, oh, those managers there, they don't care. They don't really talk to you. And, you know, people talk about the building being 5 stories and stuff. I said, I don't care about being 5 stories or whatever, you know, but it's huge. I went up there the other day around the parking lot. I didn't even go out in this building to see what inside looked like, because I don't think I could. They won't let me inside because I don't have access to go. But I was outside driving around the parking lot, and the damn parking lot was like, ooh, they had so many cars, and looking from the street, you couldn't tell. But when you go drive up in there, that's a whole different story. That is a whole different story. But Amazon is, you know, is basically operate 24 hours, 7 days a week. So they have several schedules. Ooh, when they have openings and stuff, you could be part-time, full-time, you know. When they have it, they'll tell you what schedules they have. But I'll be doing all of those things, God willing. I'll be doing all those things again. Working TurboTax and Amazon, unless they get on my nerves real bad, and I'll be like, forget it. Because, you know, I only try to stay in there was because I could go there and be there for a year, so I could go back to school, you know, so I could take a certificate class to become a new career that they offer. I'm trying to take advantage of those benefits they have when it comes to that part of the benefits at Amazon. So I want to still keep my 3 days schedule per week, but I said that, shoot, the worst thing that could happen is I go over there and I said, oop, I don't like it. I'll transfer right back to Brazelton. But like I said, I don't know what is going to happen. But the closing time frame, they said, is the 24th. So I guess after that, they'll determine about my transfer. But I think it's a list. You know, I think I heard so many people talk about they want to go to Stone Mountain, but I just have to see. I'll wait and see. But like I said, for now, I'll just go up there where I'm at Brazelton. It's not that bad working there because I'm starting to get used to it, especially staying on my feet. But for some reason today, my feet is like tingling, like, ugh. It's like the nerves of it is tingling. So I think I need to drink a lot of water because I think drinking this lemonade thing, it wasn't just the lemonade, but I don't know what it is. But anywho, but just be careful about people. Don't be just thinking, oh, that person's so nice, oh, they so whatever, or they just come up with some, random scheming idea about nothing. Because if you can't answer my question, and it seems iffy, Tyson, you rub my feet. You don't even show your face. How you gonna talk about rub my feet? I don't know. Like I said, I think that these desperate times, in terms of how, people not, losing their jobs or reduce hours, because that's another thing too. You may be working, but shoot, you also have some reduced hours going along. And I think a lot of people hours are reduced. Because I tell y'all a couple times that I got messages from Amazon talking about VTO and voluntary time off. I don't work 40 hours a week at Amazon. I only work 36 hours, 12 hours a day for 3 days. And they don't have no 40-hour schedules. Now, I know at Stone Mountain, they said they had 40 hours. But it said mandatory. I don't know if it said mandatory overtime. It's like that Friday, but I know you have the weekends off, Saturdays and Sundays. So that's one reason why I want to go closer to home, because one is close to home. I ain't gotta, drive an hour 10 minutes, hour 15 minutes, depending on traffic to get there. I can just go right around up the street, right around the corner, basically. But we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting, so I'll let y'all know what that looks like. And for those who live in Atlanta Metro, whether you live whatever part of Atlanta, you can go online at Amazon, see what kind of positions they have opening. Good idea, Teresa. What good idea? These things will lapse so long. I don't know what is the good idea. You know how you say something and it could come 3 minutes later. So if you live in the Atlanta area, I know a lot of y'all love those, love doing Instacart and Uber Eats and everything else, but I don't know. Tyson, he's so silly. Oh, relocating. Oh, you mean transferring to the Stone Mountain location? Yeah. I wanted to go work over there when they was building it, before they even finished building it. I always said I want to work at that location. When I used to work at that one in Duluth, at that Amazon Fresh, with that freezer, and stand up there being social distances, I wanted to work at Stone Mountain even since then. When they first said when I first heard it was going to be Amazon, I always said, ooh, if I ever get work at Amazon, I want to work right up the street from the house. I always said I wanted to do that. So I hope I get it. I hope it. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'll tell y'all when it's going to happen. It will save me so much time having to go there, even though I heard it could be a mess, but Tyson, I ain't studying you. You had your chance to come on here, but you ain't come on. You had your chance to come on. I gotta get my hair done. I know. Thank you, Tyson. Look, I should put my Cash App on here so y'all could donate to the new wardrobe, but I'm still trying to lose some more weight before I buy anything. Right now, I just have to wear what I got. And one good thing while working at Amazon, you sure don't have to get dressed up. You can wear t-shirt, jeans, or t-shirt, yoga pants, whatever. And church ain't is not in session. At least not the one I go to. They still doing church in the parking lot. You can either go in the car or you go online. But even then, they didn't really dress up for church. People don't dress up for church like they used to. It's still 7 of y'all hanging in there, huh? But yet only 2 people are active in the chat. All right, come and give me a thumbs up so the algorithm could work. Because I think when you do a thumbs or respond, you get more notification when I'm available. That's how the algorithm works. At least that's what I've been hearing. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that topic. Just be careful who you listen to and read between the lines. Because, someone told me a long time ago, you said Atlanta folks are heathens. You probably right. All this crazy stuff going around in Atlanta doing stupid things. Oof. A couple of weeks ago, they said there was a young 18-year-old girl was murdered found right up the park, right up the street. There's a park. There's several parks that I live nearby. Yellow River Park, not too far from where I'm at. They said they found a body in that park, Yellow River Park. And Yellow River Park is not like one of the small parks. I'm going to have to one day, it's kind of hard to explain what it looks like. It's very woody. It's kind of like off the path. No. And if I did, I wouldn't know who they are. Oh, yeah, that's not true. I did one time. I was driving in Dunwoody, and I looked behind my mirror. I saw T.I. Not T.I. Yeah, T.I. He was in one of his trucks, and he's so small and petite. I'm like, they look like T.I. I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and, he had this big-ass truck, and he's so small. I looked again, and I said, that's T.I. I said, look at him. I know one time, one of the Braxton sisters, she had a restaurant. I finally drove by there one time. I said, oh, they got her restaurant. But, I drove up to so many different mansions and gated type of communities. And I was like, well, God dang. I said, who lives over here? It'll be beautiful homes. But I never seen them. I never seen who owns the house. I'll be seeing the maid come to the door or whatever, but you never know. You never know who lives in these. No, and I did see, I don't consider him a celebrity. I don't consider sports people celebrities. I remember I bumped into Dominique Wilkins. He used to play for the Hawks at Kroger's, the one up the street. I bumped into him one time. He don't seem as tall when I stood next to him, but I'm tall too. I'm 5'8", but he's 6 something, but I'm right into him. But he didn't look as tall as I thought. He wasn't like humongous tall, like, oh my God, you tall, I bumped into him at the Kroger's. But I don't consider athletes, people who play sports, celebrities. They're not celebrities. I don't consider them I don't consider sports people celebrities. You just play for whatever and get paid millions of dollars, but that don't make you a celebrity. But I've been I know years ago I used to work at Sprint in the store, and I remember meeting Tyler Perry. And this was before he became big. Before he had all those shows, he was doing those plays. I used to call them the Chitlin Circuit plays. And I remember meeting him. And I remember he had gave me his number and everything. I think I kept that thing for years, but I don't even have it anymore. And I was just talking and chit chatting with him. But he had none of those TV shows at the time. I hear Kroger's are good. Yeah, I like Kroger's. That's where I do most of a lot of my merchandising. Kroger's, especially lately. I'm gonna talk for 5 more minutes because I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. I don't get that many hours each month, and it doesn't renew until the 14th. So I gotta be aware how many hours I use. But yeah, Kroger's good. I went there today, did my little assignments. I got a lot of assignments to do tomorrow, and I sure coulda. I went to Kroger's today, and I was doing the hood milks, which is the blue diamond almond milks, and the different whatever. Man, those shelves were so empty. I won't say empty. It was low. Particularly with certain brands of milk. Of course, they had plenty of unsweetened almond milk. Original. No flavor. They had plenty of those. I said everybody was drinking the sweet almond milk with vanilla or the Tyson, you gotta have show me your face one day. Who was I saying? See, he made me mess up. Yeah, so all the milks that you could tell people don't like, it was plenty of those left. But it was even then that was running real low. Real low. Even though the milk was still $3 for a half a gallon. And I think they had like a little sale on certain ones. But that's a weekly type of assignment. I start to realize that. I said, well, dang, I'll be coming to these stores, checking the milk. They pay $15 for me to go and check the inventory for milk and take pictures. So this week, I made almost $400 and something, and that's not even including the assignments that I have not completed. So I've had a lot of assignments they've been giving me. So all day tomorrow, I have to make sure I wake up because I've been leaving the house really late lately. I've been leaving at 3. I've been leaving at 4 o'clock, and then I've been so I need to do this like tomorrow morning, like 10. Yeah, right. We shall see. I still see the T. Yeah, so tomorrow I gotta get up at least eat breakfast. Try to I gotta get up early in the morning so I could drag the garbage can to the curb because I didn't even do it to when I got home. Make us. Who's us? Tyson, who's us? You gotta make us some money. I'm tired of working. I really am. I can't say I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working and not be able to really take a break. When I mean break, I'm talking about going on a trip somewhere. But all these dang places, they're gonna be on that damn list. Not travel ban, but ugh. I ain't trying to go nowhere and get no Rona. That's all I know. What is that link again? Oh, all right. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, my feet killing. I know I have it in my other posts. Let me look. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my list of stuff. This is the link that I've been talking about. Tyson, you know you would not even take no trash. I don't even know where you live. Equal opportunity for all women. See? Somebody finally came and cut my grass today. I looked outside. They said they finally came after all these after 2 weeks. They came to cut my grass. And I had just got me my edger and weed eater from Amazon the other day. I have to take it out the box tomorrow morning so I could charge the battery. It's supposed to do edging. Now, you know how people take the weed eater, they try to do the edging at the same time. You have to hold it at a certain angle. This one is electric. And it's not the Yorobi either. It's another brand I bought. So it's supposed to do the edging. And it's supposed to be a weed eater. I would have got the combo with the blower, but I have a blower in the garage. So I didn't buy one with the combo. I said I'll wait. But I did order me a foot bath that's supposed to be getting on Wednesday. I just ordered it so I could put my feet in it, and it's supposed to have bubbles and supposed to massage your feet at the bottom. So since I have nobody to rub my feet, Tyson keep playing around. So if I hear review, I do it. Yeah, right. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, so I got a bunch of assignments this week. I have at least 10 of them pays $15, so that's $150, if not more. I think it's more than that. I haven't counted it all. And $14 at 10, 140. Yeah, it's about $300 of assignments that I got. And then there's a bonus too. Since I'm doing a lot of these, they do give you like $30 travel bonus. So that's a good thing. But I'm going to try to keep my little secret because I don't want a whole bunch of people be all of a sudden taking up my little gig. But this been around. This ain't new. Oh, you got it? Okay. But just like I said, just look through it, Don't try to, a lot of people be trying to $15, that's all, $14, $7, 50 cents. Don't dismiss those little assignments because it all groups up into one area that's mostly Walmart, Kroger, or whatever the major supermarkets. You mean with Tyson, Sally? I ain't no, because I ain't gonna hurt Tyson's feelings. Because last time he stormed out of here, and then I said he'll be back tomorrow, and you were right on back tomorrow. Yeah, I want to start out early tomorrow because I'm gonna try to do not all of them because some of them I can't start till Wednesday. So they gave me at least 16, 17 stores to go to. And I was checking the Waterloo. Waterloo is the spring water, sparkling water. So I go there, I take pictures of the sparkling water, Waterloo, and make sure that it's straightened up. And that's it. $15 just to do that. And interact with the manager. And let me tell you, there's a secret when they say interact with the manager, you really don't interact with the manager. You just get somebody, you see a little name tag, and be like, what's your name? And that's it. Because you're my sweetie. Boy. Tyson, I didn't see you. I want to see you face. And what was I saying? Yeah. Oh, and you know I do the it's the points that I get for when I go into the store, shop kicks. The thing about shop kick, you have to make sure you have it on the interface of your phone. When you walk in, it give you points. So I've been accumulating a lot of points to see what gift cards I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to do a giveaway. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will put everybody's name in a hat, and I will give y'all a gift. I may give y'all a gift anyway. I'm trying to let it accumulate by the end of the year. You know, I ain't got no money like that to really buy everybody everything, but I'll try. I'll see what I could do. We'll see what we could do. Shelly, you ain't been making videos lately? Because I haven't got any notifications from you lately. So are you still making videos, or are you slacked off from the YouTube? Because I haven't got nobody notifications, at least not you. All right, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes because after that I can't stay out here too long. You know, I got the free version of the StreamYard, so it's not like I get unlimited. I only get 20 hours a month, and the month started the 14th, which was 10 days ago. And I've been on here an hour, 36 minutes. So every time I come on here, I'm on here for like over an hour. But it does add up. But they'll let you know when you approaching your limit. I don't never seem to be on here for 20 hours a month. All right, I'm going to do one invite. I'm going to do this until 12:15. And whoever wants to come on briefly, I'll put the link. You can come on in the room. You don't have to show your face. I keep telling y'all, we could talk about it. All right, I'm going to put the link out there for a few more minutes, and then if no one seems to want to come, then I emailed you a picture. Yeah, right, Tyson. You wait till my phone gets dead. How you send an email? You ain't know my email. What's my email, Tyson? Because there was somebody else on here that sent me a message. Say, you know, and I called, and ain't no one picked up the phone. Colas. I ain't seen Colas in a minute. I don't know what happened to him. He lived in Florida. And David, I ain't see you on here. Usually you be lurking in the background, listening. And Lillian, you too live in Florida. Matter of fact, I need to check on some of y'all who live up in Florida. See what y'all up to, because Florida, I don't know what's wrong with your governor. I ain't say Georgia is all peachy either, but shoot. That one from Georgia, from Florida, my God. I just don't understand he talk about Rona is seasonal. I'm like, if you don't shut the hell up, you know what the hell he talking about. Oh, I did a live for... You did? Well, I ain't got no notification. I'll go back and look at it while I'm laying down. Once my phone charges up, it's dead right now. You must not be on the StreamYard for the 5 hours. You must be on the regular live stream, because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I can't go on my phone while I'm out and about doing a live stream unless I tape it, which will be like small segments and then post it. But other than that, if I don't have the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000, I know I got the hour. I think I got the watch hours, but Tyson ain't gonna get on here. See, I'm gonna wait. Y'all got 5. Did you get his picture? I'm curious. My phone is dead. I don't have to. Tyson ain't sent no picture. I ain't studying no Tyson. Tyson, if I see your picture tomorrow, I'll see. Tyson ain't sent no picture. He be saying stuff. Because I don't even think I have my email on my page. Unless y'all caught it from before. I'm studying Tyson. He might be one of those, send one of those kind of pictures that's inappropriate. All right, y'all got 4 more minutes. Because at 12:15, I'm going to get off. I need to go to bed, maybe lay down. I'm gonna do a give. I ain't got no updates on my plants yet because ain't nothing grew out yet. But I see little. I sent a face pictures. All right, we'll see. Okay. I don't want you getting too excited. When have you ever seen me really excited? You ain't never seen. Go up and down to 5 people. Oh, you're welcome. I sure hope that these things, I hope the fall is better. And I want to go somewhere for the fall. Yes, a regular live stream. Oh, okay. You know, I haven't been doing the YouTube live stream versus using StreamYard. See, Shelly, you were the one who told me about StreamYard. You were the first person who ever mentioned to me about StreamYard. And this was way before people started really jumping on StreamYard. I know I have another account too. I can't think of what it was. I don't know. Well, y'all watch out for my launch on my second channel, which is exclusively going to be about business, taxes, tax planning, because officiate the wedding of whom? That's what I want to know. All right, now y'all only got 1 more minute before I do the countdown. 1 more minute. We're down to the wire. Y'all got to tell me some more ideas to talk about because I think I rambled on this one. Let me summarize. I think I rambled on this one, but I'm just saying. Okay, so Trey. Oh, let me say good night now. Good night, Tyson. Good night, Shelly Shell. Good night, Sally. Good night. Dorian's probably on here watching. Good night, Erica. Good night, Lillian, David. Who else I be thinking else on here? Crackhead Willie. Can't remember that name. Who else on here that I have to say goodbye? All right. I would have exit music, but I don't. Mm-hmm. No what? You just have to hit the replay. I'm going to bed. All right. So y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm trying to get up in the morning. I need to get up in the morning so I don't be leaving the house. I'm going. I need to get up early in the morning. I need to do what I need to do so I can get back home in a sufficient time. I think tomorrow I'm going to cook my lasagna. Yeah, I'm going to cook tomorrow. All righty. Y'all have a good night. Good night. Y'all say good night. If you don't say good night, I'm about to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy day. But bye. I'm going to bed. Bye. Good night.